Hey, hello everybody, it's GFree here back again, and we're playing Dream Daddy. Yay, cool. So where were we last week? Robert Small's a really hot, sexy bad boy kind of daddy. He was drinking, we were drinking, and he basically propositioned me. But being the frigid bitch that I am, I told him, no, no boy, I ain't looking for a fuck boy. So, here we are, and I went back home and I slept like a boring old woman. So yeah, so I wake up to a text from an unknown number. Ooh, who is it? Rise and shine, early bird. Still want to work out? This is Craig, by the way. Craig was the really sexy, sporty, jogging dad who recently got divorced. Separated or divorced? I think divorced. So he was my college roommate. He's a friend of mine, though he is pretty damn fine. Holy crap, it's 6 a.m.? Who does 6 a.m. anymore? I don't. I wake up for work at 8:30. I have to be at work by 9. I take like a 5-minute shower and then I run. I don't run. I call the cab. Without realizing it, I drift back to sleep. Whoops, must have winked back out. I check my phone again. Hey bud, still want to get your swole on? Swole. I'm ready to tear up the track. Hit me up! God, the last thing I want to do right now is work out. But it is Craig. I do want to catch up. Fine. I will admit, I'm really bad at dragging myself to the gym unless one of two things happen. Someone forces me to go with them. Well, not forces me, but invites me to go with them, and I feel socially awkward, so I don't want to reject them and say, sure, I'll go, and I end up going to the gym. And when I'm in the gym, I really do work out. It's just getting there. The other way is if someone guilts me to go to the gym, like, dude, you're putting on weight. Except none of my friends will say, dude. So it'll be like, Jeff, you fat. It'll be kind of like that. So yeah, go to the gym. Hey, my man, I need a few minutes to wake up, but let's meet in 20? After a few seconds, another text comes in. Sure thing. Meet me at the gym. I stretch and my bones creak. I gotta stop falling asleep on the couch. I throw off my blanket and... Hey, wait, I don't remember falling asleep with a blanket. Amanda must have tucked me in after I fell asleep. Bless that child. I reluctantly brush my teeth, throw on the only clothes I own that are even kind of gym appropriate, and head out. The neighborhood is quiet and serene this early in the morning. Birds chirp and the grass is still wet with dew. Surprisingly, the gym is pretty crowded. I spot Craig standing out front stretching. Of course, he spots me and waves enthusiastically.
Oh.
Hey bro, good morning. Hey, good to see you, man. I'm definitely not as pumped as he is. Maybe I should have had some coffee before I left. You ready to kick some butt? Gotta stay pussy, dude? I have no idea what that means. With your help, I am. Help. Help. This might be me. Yeah, with your help, I am. I get the feeling this is gonna be less of me kicking butt and more of the gym kicking my butt. But I can handle it with you here.
Oh.
Dude. Bro. That means a lot. Oh, hearts! Yay! More hearts. We head into the gym and I'm immediately intimidated. Yup, that is me every time. All of these people look like they could break me in half, and it seems like Craig is friends with all of them?
Oh.
He high-fives and finger guns all the cool jocks in the room. They look like they could and would steal my lunch money and spend on protein shakes.
Oh.
Come on, bud, let's warm up. We head over to the treadmills and start walking. Okay, I can walk. Walking is good. This is a decent place to be. Walking. So I know we are on treadmills. Yes. And those over there are the ellipticals.
Oh.
Very good. What is all this other stuff? Craig laughs. They might look a little scary, but I guarantee that all of them serve a specific purpose for building muscle mass. I watch as a dude in a muscle tee flexes a muscle I didn't know existed on a machine I think was once used to process grain into flour. What is that? Why is that guy doing that to himself? That's a good question, bro. What do you think he's doing? training to crush people's skulls with his thighs, using a medieval torture device, praying to some sort of pain god. I think I would notice when someone's working their thighs, so I'll use the first option. He's trying to make his thighs so strong that he could crush other people's skulls with them.
Hey.
Yep, that's pretty much the only reason I work out. Oh no, Craig is turning up the speed. I better do the same. How long have you been doing the buff thing? Couple years. And what do you do when you're not dadding or working or buffing? Oh, I coach my twin softball team. That still counts as both dadding and buffing. I keep busy. What do you do for fun? I love learning. I try to live as close to a Jimmy Buffett song as I have no idea who that guy is as possible. I check out my hotbod. Okay, in real life, I do actually enjoy learning. Part of the reason I make YouTube videos is so I get practice into how this is done. I keep up my practice with my video editing software, my recording software, knowing how YouTube optimization works. I love that sort of thing, so I do love learning. I try to educate myself about the world around me. I'm like a sponge for knowledge, soaking up all the intellectual content. You know, history, the paranormal, wilderness survival, aliens, mostly those things. So you watch the History Channel too, huh? Yes. We're jogging now. Oh god, we're jogging now. I look over to Craig, who hasn't even broken a sweat. How is he doing this so effortlessly? I'm dying. I can feel my life force draining through every orifice of my body. Hey, remember when my fish died in college? No, I don't like this story. Oh my god, is he really bumping the speed again? Bumping up the speed again? I guess I better do it too. Oh, this is fast. This is very fast. And we were at that party, and you vowed to make me feel better? You tell me to create a distraction, so of course I do a sick kickstand and get everyone cheering. And then I try to steal a fish from a fish tank at the party with my bare hands, like an idiot. And then you drop the fish and it's flopping around and you panic. So you run up to me post-kickstand with a dying, dirty fish in your hands that you scooped up off the ground and you're yelling at me that we have to leave. So we're running out of a frat party with a fish, trying to give it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. And we get him home and you give him a bowl of water, but the prognosis was grim. And the next day he's alive and well. They never did catch the great fish thieves of Grand Ridge U. And they never will. I shoot off the end of the treadmill and crash into the wall. Jesus, that hurts. Dude, bro, are you okay? Craig offers me a hand and looks me over for injuries. I'm fantastic. I managed to stand up and rub my back. Doesn't hurt now, but I'm sure it will later. You don't have to push yourself like that. Always know your limits. Well, I think I might call our gym adventure here. You sure? Yeah. Alright, well, here. I brought you this. Craig hands me a shaker bottle full of thick green liquid. I stare at it with what must be apparent distaste. It's a protein shake, bro. Oh, thank you. He wants me to drink it. Oh boy. Here goes. I take a small sip. It's actually delicious. It kind of depends on the protein shake you buy, but I guess most of the people who are regular gym aficionados, they would know. Wow, this is really good. And good for you. It's my special recipe. I'm pretty proud of it.
Dude.
Let me know if you ever want to work out again. Maybe you can try running around the neighborhood if treadmills aren't your speed. No pun intended, bro. Good one. Well, I'm gonna go put some ice on this. Everything. I'll see you around. Whee! I leave the gym feeling ashamed. Craig used to order delivery from the pizza place across the street from our dorm, and now he can run circles around me. Literally. Man, I really gotta work on this dad bod. I get home and lie on the couch. It hurts to move. Oh god, I'm so old. I have to admit, my dad is actually in some ways more fit than I am. Both of us can run to save our lives, but he plays a lot of golf, so his grip is really, really strong, and he still beats me in arm wrestling, even to this day. He's like 55. Oh no, I must have fallen asleep. What time is it? Shoot, it's 3:55. I'm supposed to be at Amanda's school in 5 minutes. I frantically put on some clean clothes, apply a generous amount of deodorant, and run out the door. I arrive at Amanda's school and check in at the front desk. They give me a bright orange visitor sticker and send me on my way. I'm barely awake and feeling pretty haggard, but hopefully no one will notice. I check my watch and I am relieved to see that I am only 2 minutes late. Wait, was it room 103 or 108? I spot a youth standing at his locker and approach him for help. Excuse me, do you know where Mr. Vega's classroom is? The youth turns around and looks me up and down with heavily lined eyes. That is a well-plucked eyebrow. I don't know what it's gonna comment. I'm not so sure about the eyeshadow, but that's a well-plucked eyebrow. Come on, kid. I'm late for a meeting. Mr. who? Mr. Vega. I don't know. Have you tried the exit? Okay, wise guy. Are you gonna help me or not? Fine. Up those stairs and to the left. Can't miss him. I head up the stairs and walk around, unable to find Mr. Vega's class anywhere. After a couple of minutes of searching, I head back downstairs. That punk youth sent me on a wild goose chase. I get back to where that low-rent Gerard Way is standing. I actually know who Gerard Way is, so I do find that very, very, very funny. Fully ready to give him a piece of my mind, when suddenly a head pops out of the classroom next to his locker.
Oh.
Lucian, don't you have a third period to get to? Fine, Mr. Vega.
Oh.
Wow. Now I'm officially 10 minutes late. I glare at him as he walks away. We're not cool. You must be Jeff. This period's almost over. Would you mind waiting in the back? Mr. Vega, wait, what period? I was supposed to meet him at 1, so he can't have had a period booked. If anything, he would have a period about to start, but anyway. Mr. Vega leads me in, and I take a seat in one of the comically small students' desks in the back. I might get stuck in this. Alright, where were we? Now, who can tell me about the unreliability of the narrator in J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye? Yes, Colin? Colin stands up and does the thing where he blows into the crook of his elbow to make a fart noise. The whole class erupts in laughter. Alright, everybody. Very funny, Colin. Please sit down. Now, Holden Caulfield is an unreliable narrator in the sense that the bell for the end of the period rings. All the students immediately get up and make a break for the door.
Sweet manchego.
Remember to do your reading and answer the response questions on page 194 in your textbook. Nobody's listening. I do feel bad for this guy. I had a whole bunch of teachers like this back in secondary school. That would be kind of that would be middle school for those people in America. And especially when you came to a lot of the very content-heavy classes like literature, history, people just couldn't really take it. Now we weren't the kind who would just leave without a teacher dismissing us, mostly because we'd get our asses kicked if we tried that. But it was really hard as students to apply ourselves to it, mostly because we couldn't put a lot of that information and content into context for ourselves to understand the importance of that information. And I think one thing about education, especially when it comes to content-heavy subjects like history, social studies, literature, there's not enough education of why it's important. That's usually just like the first the first class of the year. They try and make it sound important, but it's never enough. And I think for those of you who are watching me, if you do like learning things, go and watch, say, what was it? Hank Green. What's that channel of his? Crash Course World History, Crash Course Literature. I loved those lessons he gave because if you watch the episode in full, near the end, he actually explains why a lot of the learnings are really important by putting it into context of the world we're in. And I think a lot of classes, a lot of schools should do that more often. Anyway, I'm sorry to digress. I have very strong opinions on education. I think education is a great thing. I just think not everybody does it properly. Not just the systems, but the teachers themselves. There's always some flaws everywhere. And of course, students also have lots of flaws when it comes to approaching education. But yeah, anyway, nobody's listening, and I do feel bad for you, sir. I will pay extreme attention to everything you're about to say. Or not, I guess. Mr. Vega turns to me and sighs. Middle schoolers, right? Oh dear God. Just after I was talking about my secondary school life. Don't you teach high schoolers? Both. You know, budget cuts. Oh, geez, that's kind of sad. At least here in Singapore, we don't have to deal with that. Right.
Oh.
Thanks so much for coming in. No problem, Mr. Vega. Please, call me Hugo. I don't normally do these impromptu parent-teacher meetings, but as I'm sure you know, Amanda's a very bright student, and I'm concerned about her recent behavior. Oh, yes. She's like been feeling really down and everything, really stressed because of college applications. What's going on? Amanda has never been the most engaged student, but I know she cares. Recently though, she's been falling behind. She's not completing assignments and has been doing rather poorly on tests. I'd normally chalk this up to senioritis, but this is strange. I thought Amanda always shared everything with me. It hadn't even crossed my mind that something might be wrong. I just wanted to ask, is everything okay at home? If any of you has ever watched a show called Daria, it used to be on MTV back when MTV was good. It actually explored this snarky, too smart for her own good girl, but it also explored family relationships, and I think I'm just getting flashbacks into it. I can't say she's fine. It just makes it look like I don't know what's going on. She has a tendency to bottle things up? Maybe, but I don't think it's a good thing when parents jump to conclusions on their own of what might be wrong with kids, because I think communication's a huge element. If you think something's wrong, you should raise it. So I'm just gonna say it could be because we moved. Well, we just moved recently, but it was only to the other side of town, and Amanda was more excited about it than I was. See if you can talk to her about it. I know she values you a great deal and would appreciate your guidance. If she keeps heading down this road, I know how important art school is to her, and I would hate to see her miss out on scholarship money that she clearly deserves. See, I actually think teachers like this are actually really good. I wish a lot more teachers would reach out to parents when they thought something was wrong with their kids. So for instance, here in Singapore, there's actually very few schools around. A lot of the schools are really packed on students, and it's hard for teachers to really zone in on single students, to really pay attention to them. It's easy for things to get missed, and more so, a lot of them don't reach out enough to their parents. A teacher recently reached out to my parents because my brother had recently been making comments in school, and it made us all very, very concerned. And yeah, but we valued it, and it was important for us to know things were going on so we could also pay attention to not just how he was behaving at home, but also how we were behaving at home. And I think, of course, through it, we also learned that, maybe there were things we were doing that were affecting him. So communication is a huge element, and of course, yes, we do communicate as much as we can here in my household. We do make an attempt. So yeah, I really do value teachers like this. So let's see. I'll make sure to talk to Amanda. Thanks for letting me know, Hugo.
Oh.
Anytime. On my way out, I stopped, thinking for a moment. I turned to Hugo. Hey, Hugo?
Oh.
Yes. They ever catch that rye?
Oh.
Yes. Aw. I leave the classroom and make my way out of the school. I'm still a little bit in shock that Amanda was able to hide this so well from me. She's always been such a force for positivity in my life, especially after we lost her father. Amanda must be done with classes for the day by now. I'm sure she would appreciate a ride home, and maybe I can talk to her about what's going on. I pull up to the carpool, and Amanda hops in the passenger seat. So, did you have fun gossiping about me? I mean, you know they're talking about you. Mr. Vega and I actually gossiped about our celebrity crushes. So, you talked about Mario Batali the whole time? It was a very productive meeting. I'm pretty hungry. Can we grab some dinner? Sure thing. We can make something at home. Let's go to the mall food court. Let's go out a bit. Let's go to the mall food court. Does that sound good to you? Yeah, sure. Why the mall? Geez, can a dad take his daughter to the mall? Will you buy me things? I will buy you a thing. Singular. Sounds like a deal to me. We drive in silence for a short while. Amanda plays a game on her phone. I should say something. You know, sometimes when a kid gets older, they find that they have to keep things hidden from their parents. And that's okay, because sometimes that's what kids do. And that's okay, but also sometimes it's good to have a parent's perspective. Because, you know, maybe the parents have also dealt with similar situations. And maybe they're a little cooler than you give them credit for. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that it's good to share. Love you. That is so fucking awkward. I think I would at least handle that one better. Have you been reading my tweets? You have a Twitter? What? Never mind. Look, sweetie, Mr. Vega said you haven't been participating in class and that you're not turning things in. Oh, I'm fine, Pops. Senioritis and all that. I thought you liked Mr. Vega's class. It's fine. He's fine. We pull up to a stoplight and I eye Amanda. She's still texting. I want you to know that you can talk to me about anything. Uh-huh. I can tell that whatever it is, she doesn't want me knowing about it. That's frustrating. I heard MRR is going to that fancy art school in California. That's exciting. Yep. Dude, she just didn't get accepted to her art school of choice. Don't talk to her about people getting accepted into schools. Are you bummed that your guys aren't going to the same school? Yep. Oh dear. Amanda keeps texting. She stifles the laugh. What's so funny? I don't think you get it. Okay. Who you texting? Noah. Who's Noah? My friend. Does he go to your school? Yep. Do you like Noah? What? No! Dad! I can't believe you would... Dad. I mean, jeez. Why would you... Gross. Sorry, just asking. Dad, he's just my friend. Guys and girls can be friends. He's my friend. Yes, guys and girls can be friends, and parents should stop jumping to conclusions. Okay. Jeez. This is going so well. No, it's not. Well, good talk. Love you, kiddo. She leans forward and turns up the radio. I guess that conversation is over. To the mall, then. We arrive at the mall, a big indoor shopping center with a couple different floors. It's kinda dead, but that doesn't stop a mall security guard from yelling at a group of loitering teens. Let's eat something disgusting for dinner. Hell yeah. Language, missy. Heck yeah? Better. We approach the food court and evaluate our options. There's greasy restaurant after greasy restaurant. My heart burns just looking at the menus. Nobody looks to be happy here. What are you in the mood for? Bread dipped in sugar, bread dipped with cheese on it, or do you just want me to inject some fat directly into your bloodstream? I extend my hand to her. Would you do me the honor of sharing some nachos? She takes my hand with a grin. It would make me the happiest, cheesiest girl alive. We order a giant pile of chips and unnaturally orange cheese from a very unenthusiastic and possibly stoned teenager. We take a seat at a rickety table and dig in. These are bad. These are very bad. But also strangely delicious? We have to eat through the pain. We enjoy the fluorescent, cheesy goodness together until we're all out of nachos. So... something's been bothering me for a while. Can you explain memes to me? Which meme? All memes? Amanda sighs and places her head in her hands. Dad, it's complicated. See, memes are inside jokes shared by a bunch of people that get less funny the more people do it. So the problem is that by the time a meme gets to you, Dad, all us youths have already done the joke to Dad. And what's worse is that movies and TV and video games will try to jump in on a meme train, but just based on how long it takes to make them, the meme will be long dead by the time it comes out. So it just dates it and it isn't funny. Oh, shit, what up? Dad, please. Anyway, changing the subject. Where to now? Want to go to that golf store? What? You know, the one that's all black and tries to establish itself as anti-establishment despite being an exact representation of the establishment? I don't know what store you're talking about. You know, the one where you can buy chain wallets and it's basically an assault on what people fought so hard against in the punk and hardcore movements of the 70s and 80s. Dude, you gotta be more specific. The one you threw up in that one time. Oh, that one.
Yes.
Amanda runs into the store with me trailing behind her. She makes a beeline for the back. There it is. You can still see the outline, kinda. I'm so proud? Speech! Amanda.
Yes.
Speech! 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 Alright, I'll do it if you stop chanting. Amanda stops immediately. I clear my throat. Thank you all for joining us here today to commemorate an historic moment that would forever shape history. On a day very much like today, some 5 years ago, on our very own Amanda Ann Ray had too much blue raspberry slushy on an outing to the mall. After begging her father to take her to Dead Goth and Beyond to buy rainbow suspenders, she proceeded to throw up all over a display of My Chemical Romance merchandise. Her loving father then had to pay for said merchandise, which to this day remains among our possessions. Thank you. Amanda's moved. She begins clapping, slow at first, then faster, and more vigorously. Several other patrons turn their heads. One of them also starts clapping. I bow my head. What the fuck? Oh hey, chain wallets! While Amanda busies herself looking at band t-shirts, I try to find something of interest to myself. Not much for a dad to look at in Dead Goth and Beyond. Peruse the band t-shirts, look at ironic mugs, check the clearance bin for hot deals. I might actually get an ironic mug. I'm suddenly stricken by existential fear. If there's only one number one dad, then why are there so many mugs here that say that? This whole time I thought I was the only one. If I'm not number one, where do I place on the global dad ranking charts? I have work to do. Look, this is very important to me. I overhear a stifled argument over at the cash register. An older gentleman is carrying a garment and showing it to a bored-looking cashier with pink hair. I can see that. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I just work here.
Oh my.
Listen, when I bought this online, the website said this blouse was Victorian-inspired. However, when I received it, it clearly held the trademark of Edwardian dressage. What the? Do you want a coupon? I can give you a coupon. Will you leave if I give you a coupon? Is there a manager present? People have to know what they're buying. I am the manager. I see. Well, it would seem that I've outstayed my welcome. Good day, shopkeep. Your superiors will receive a strongly worded letter by post. Also, tongue-tied. Whatever, dude. The man whirls around and storms out, his literal coattails trailing behind him. I can't tell if they are Victorian-inspired or Edwardian in nature. Amanda trots up to me with a t-shirt in her hand. Oh boy, here it comes.
Oh no.
Hey, Datron 5000. Yes, I'll buy it for you. Wow, that was easy. Thanks. At least it's only one this time. Amanda plops the shirt on the counter and grins at the cashier. I love your hair. The cashier says nothing and rings Amanda up. Radiating hatred, I hand her a 20. So, what was that guy's deal? The cashier rolls her eyes so hard I'm worried she'll pull something. That's Damien. He's in here all the time. He's obsessed with Victorian fashion or whatever. She hands Amanda her bag and it's clear the conversation's over. We make our way out of the store and head home to get some rest. Amanda and I sit on the couch trying to find something to watch over bowls of ice cream. Oh cool, Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers is on. Your favorite, right? Oh hell yes. They have to make it over the Canadian tundra before the ice road melts, but they're also hunting ghosts. To be fair, I think in today's world, I wouldn't be surprised if someone announced a show like this. Also, the trucks are haunted. Clearly, obviously, duh. This is an episode I've already seen, but it's one of the best. Caleb and Flint Dogbone, the twin brother truck driving and ghost hunting duo, find themselves in the greatest peril yet. Oh no, the ghost got... Okay, fine, let me try and put an accent for this one. Oh no, the ghost done got control of the truck. I can't steer them here. I can't steer on them their ice roads. Let me use this EVP meter to try and communicate with the spirits. I have no idea what accent this is. Flint, we're about to die! Ah, almost got it. If you listen carefully, it sounds like it's saying, you're going to die. That's because we're about to die, you! This is art. The episode ends and Amanda excuses herself to go and start arguments on the internet. I stay up a little longer, curious about the exploits of Caleb and Flint Dogbone after their disastrous ice road accident. Afterward, I crawl into bed and get a good night's sleep. That's like pretty random. That's actually pretty random for like a session. Nothing really happened in that one. In fact, it was just dialogue, no choices. But I guess you get a shot into their lives. Okay, so I think this is where I'm going to call it for now. This was kind of weird. I actually forgot to read out the name of the Victorian dude, so didn't pay attention at all. But this was pretty interesting. We're getting a bit more insight into Amanda's character and her relationship with us, our dad character. I think it's actually really interesting. This is definitely not like a regular dating sim. This is more like a graphic novel with dating elements. Like my love life is, I guess, a topic that comes up, but my relationship with Amanda is clearly at the fore of this story. So I am very, very excited to see how this develops moving forward. Anyway, if you have anything to say, if there's anything you'd like to comment, just please do leave a comment in the comments section down below. I love reading them. Please also feel free to like, share, and if you really want to help me out, please go ahead and subscribe. And lastly, I'll leave a link to my Facebook page in the description down below. Please go ahead and like it over there. That's where I put up any announcements, where I put any random footage that doesn't get used. It's also where I put up teasers, trailers, short clips of whatever. So, yes. Until next time. Bye, guys!